Hello, lovely Osala tribe. This is Indigo Owl coming to you with live guidance from London, UK. I say Osala tribe because Osala is the name of my business that I've been running for quite some time. Osala is the last of the ancient runes, and it means ancient wisdom, ancient land, and is very much connected with our ancestors. And those of you who feel drawn to my readings, my channelings, my healing work, I include you in what I call my Osala tribe, because there is a resonance that we share, that we have in common. So I've laid out some beautiful card decks for this week's guidance. I have two. Michelle Gunn is here. Hi, Michelle. Lovely to catch you on the live. I have two tarot decks again. I'm really enjoying this at the moment, working with two different decks at the same time, but I have different ones at least from the last 2 weeks. I've got the Good Tarot here. Very, very beautiful deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And I also have here the Fairy Tarot that really spoke to me today by Doreen Virtue and Bradley Valentine. Then for the message of hope, we've got Kyle Gray's Angel Prayer cards. And for the scene for the week, we have Temple of Balance Oracle cards by the lovely Leanne Peters. And then obviously for our Romance Angel pick a card at the end, we've got the Romance Angel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. So I'm going to make some space for the tarot and get my crystals over here that I'm going to need so I don't forget later. Right, we've got our message of hope stone here, and then the other crystals I leave on the side. Right, so let's start by doing some good shuffling. So we're going to have one card for each weekday from the Good Tarot. What a very inspired name for a tarot deck. It's I'm curious how she came up with it. I guess there are associations sometimes with tarot that can be quite negative. Certainly in movies, sometimes you see people drawing certain tarot cards and it means that something really terrible is going to happen. So I guess some people might see tarot as something that's potentially bad. So maybe, and I don't know if that is the reason, but maybe she thought when she made these cards, she wanted people to feel sure that it is a good tarot deck that is meant to do good. And certainly readings can very much help you gain additional insight into what's going on, or maybe confirmation into what you think is going on, and can also give you very interesting guidance as in what you could do to make things even better. Certainly never base any actual important life decisions on a tarot reading. In the end, the tarot can offer you a bit of guidance, but it cannot actually make decisions for you. In the end, you must make your own decisions. That's always important in life. We have free will for a reason. We're all quite capable of making good decisions for ourselves. Okay, I had to go a bit quiet there because I was concentrating on drawing the cards. So those were the first 7 cards that we're drawing today from the Good Tarot. Now we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to see if they all fit into our little screen here. Maybe just about. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do it different today. Let's do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then underneath Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That feels a bit better for today. You can see the cards very clearly. I have a feeling some really interesting messages are going to come through. So the second lot of tarot cards for this week is coming from the Fairy Tarot. Let's give this a good shuffle too. This one I haven't used for a while. Sometimes cards rest in one of my boxes for a while. I've got quite a lot of different card decks, and sometimes when they first come back out they need a little shuffle almost to wake up again, but then usually they produce some great readings because they've had a bit of a rest. Right, so let's get ready to draw the next 7 cards. Just going to draw them and put them over here and then lay them out when I've got them all. No, I didn't count. 5, 6, 7. Here we go. So we've got 14 cards, 14 beautiful tarot cards. And I say that with confidence because both of those decks are incredibly beautiful. There aren't any cards in here that are not. So let's start by looking at the cards for today. This is Monday the 12th of April, and we have love. More traditionally, this card would be called the Lovers. And we have the 7 of Autumn. And it says, have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time and money. Or money. Time and money, or time or money. So very interesting here because we have the love card that very much speaks of either a love connection or sometimes also of a time where we must make a decision either to do with a love relationship or other kind of relationship, but also sometimes in our career. Now, the combination, and also we've got we've got a lovely I forgot the word for it, continuity going from the number 6 to the number 7. So basically it feels like you've made the right connections, or maybe even you've already made the choice, and it has led to a period of time where not much is happening. And maybe you're wondering that you've made a decision that wasn't the best. Maybe there was more than one things to choose from, and you chose what felt like it was the best way to go, or you've settled for a person that you felt was the best available for you, whether that's for a friendship or a partnership or a romantic relationship. And the same can apply in your career to a job or a project. And maybe you accepted an offer, or maybe your heart is set on a particular person, and then nothing happened. And you're wondering, like, why is nothing happening? But the 7 of Autumn, more traditionally the 7 of Pentacles, speaks of a time of assessment where it's important for us to assess the things, the seeds we have planted and how well they have grown. Now, if you are somebody who likes to actually plant things in your garden, or you're actually a farmer who grows food, then that might be actual things growing that you can look at and see how well they're growing. But this can also very much be in your career. This can be inside yourself. This can be inner growth where you've been planting new seeds and maybe weeding out some old things. And this time of assessment where you're looking at what is actually working out for you and what isn't. Maybe over a period of time, or how would you like to grow as a person from here onwards with the new seeds you've planted. This is an important period, and it's saying have patience and don't worry. So this is a time to take rest and plan your next steps. And definitely not a time to worry. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. I love how these two cards work together with the 6 and the 7 here. So that's the cards that came up for today. So also, I guess, if you're in the UK like me, you're already coming near the end of the day, so you can look at how that makes sense in retrospect. That can be a really great way to learn to understand how tarot works, is sometimes after the event or after the day, look at the cards for the day. And it also gives us a flavor for the whole week ahead. So the cards that have come up for today is also showing us the energy of the week as a whole. So this is a week of appreciating times where you can rest and appreciating that things need to move in their own time, and we can't speed them up just because we want to see the result and see if everything's going to be okay. These are the two cards we've got for tomorrow, Tuesday, which will be the 13th of April. I can't believe April is going so fast already. And we have the King of Water. What a beautiful, beautiful card in this deck. I actually like how these two cards work together, with one kind of showing the front side and one showing us the back side still, because those two somehow have a bit of a similar vibe. I like how they're both kind of leaning or kind of turned in the same direction almost. So the King of Water is a card that very much, the water or the cups in tarot go with emotions and relationships, and we already started the week with the love card or the lovers, and now we have the King of Water. So if you are in a relationship with somebody, and this can be a man or a woman, or if you're considering a relationship with somebody, quite possibly a romantic relationship, this card is a good omen that this person is going to be able to offer you love, as much as possible, unconditional love. This is not somebody who is looking for ways of making use of the connection they have with you. They're not looking to control you, but they're also not looking to submit to you. They're looking for an equal partnership. And these things take a little time to develop, these connections, and it's important to be patient. So let's see the card we've got with it. Oh, and now we have 5 of Autumn. Now we have Autumn again. We had the 7 of Autumn here. Now we have 5 of Autumn here. And it says, reach out to others for assistance, poor timing for a career change, and feeling challenged by money issues. So this may well be, and also now we've got 6, 7, 5. Very interesting. This may well be a time where maybe the reason you're feeling a little bit impatient with how things are progressing, maybe more on the career front, is because there is this fear of the 5, that feeling of the 5 of Autumn, where you a little bit worried maybe about financial issues, maybe some practical material issues are a bit pressing. Maybe it's the fear of going back to that. Because interestingly enough, the 7 of Autumn is very much further along from the 5 of Autumn. The 5s in tarot are kind of halfway along the journey. The minor arcana go from 1 to 10, where 10 is the completion. So the 5s come at times where we're kind of halfway and we kind of reach the little obstacles, or sometimes the big obstacles, and sometimes the biggest learning happens when the 5s turn up in tarot. Where we have to continue, where we have to push through, where we have to show that we can persevere. And sometimes cards in tarot come up to show what we're afraid of. So while we're in this period of time where we've already got to the 7 of Autumn, there might be the fear that if nothing is happening and we don't understand why nothing seems to be happening, and that's just because things are happening behind the scenes and we can't see it, there might be this fear that we might go back to the 5 of Autumn, where we might be feeling challenged on the financial front, for example, It can come with the feeling of being left out. Maybe there is this worry that we've gone for this new venture in the career and it's not guaranteed that it's a long-term solution. So together with this, we have this lovely King of Water that almost like he's saying, look at this. I'm underwater. I'm swimming in my emotions, in the deep depths of my own beautiful soul, and there is this amazing fish. And this man is just admiring the beauty of being underwater and the things you can see. And it's like he's saying, don't worry, I've got this. I'm onto this. I'm sorting this out. Very lovely messages coming through with this today. I knew this was going to be the case today. So that came up for tomorrow, Tuesday. Let's have a look at Wednesday, which will be the 14th of, the 14th of April. And the King of Water is very hastily, I feel like saying, followed on by the King of Fire. What an interesting combination. And you can literally see this, he looks a bit like a monk, like a very wise monk that meditates a lot. That's certainly my impression. And he's got this amazing sun halo. Isn't he beautiful? And he's got this heart. So there is a lot of love happening in this reading so far. We've got the love card. We've got the King of Water that very much goes with love relationships. And now even the King of Fire has this love heart. Now the King of Fire is generally more related with the power of inspiration and our career and our spiritual journey. Again, a very good sign in a tarot reading. Very much represents somebody who is very good at business, somebody who's good at making connections and networking, somebody who works with good ethics and integrity, but is also good at making money or keeping the money coming in. Oh, we've got the 4th spring, the happy homecoming. So we've gone from autumn to spring. It says, be grateful, you have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. Well, do I need to say more? I feel like anything else I could say is not really going to add to, and I love that the red heart matches the red kind of background of this card. So this shows a happy couple dancing, a couple of fairies dancing in front of what may well be a fairy castle. Isn't that a lovely card? I knew we would get some beautiful cards today. So that came out for Wednesday. Now we're going to look at Thursday, and by now I have to double check my number. So that should be the 15th of April. Wow, we have another king. Who would have expected 3 kings in a row? We've got the King of Water, the King of Fire. Now we have the King of Earth. Doesn't he look serious? And obviously the autumn here goes with the earth element in this deck. So they are connected. Wow. So we're back to the earthly practical matters in life. And he is literally saying, look, I'm looking after the practical material side of life. This is all sorted. Wow, this has all been sorted by your own higher self, by your own spirit guides. 3 kings in a row. I mean, even saying 3 kings makes me think of Christmas. It's not often that 3 kings in a row come up like this. So it looks like it's a time for you to receive abundance, for you to receive many gifts. And it may well be that the same person or the same situation is bringing you all of these, is bringing you gifts and rewards on all different levels, emotionally, spiritually, and materialistically. Wow. What an amazing succession of cards. So the card that's come with it is the 9 of Autumn, which would be relates to the earth element. So these 2 are from the same suit. More traditionally, they would be pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is showing a woman in the garden and showing the fruits of her labor. Now, these two make a beautiful couple, actually. It says, reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed. So for those of you that are self-employed, this may be particularly true. And particularly important to reward yourself for your hard work. And it also says cherishing your time alone. So you might have been really busy and now it's important to enjoy having a bit of alone time. Like I said here, the 7 of autumn, if there's not much happening, might bring you back to remembering what it was like maybe some time ago when you're more in the vibration of the 5 of autumn, where you weren't worried how things were going to work out and come together. And by Thursday, we've got the 9 of autumn. So things are going really well, actually. So don't worry about slipping back into the past. You've worked hard to come away from that, and that effort hasn't gone unnoticed and hasn't been for nothing. Now let's have a look at Friday, which will be the 16th of April. Let's have a look what we've got. There's not many kings left. There's one more king. That's the most. From that, they were all from the same deck as well. Obviously, from the other deck, we could still get them. Now we have a number 11 for Justice. So Justice is a lovely card. The one of the main messages is that justice is on your side. Justice will prevail. As long as you act fairly, you will come out on top. If life has been an uphill struggle, it will start to even out. If you have an actual legal matter going on, this is definitely a good omen that things will be ruled in your favor. Again, as long as you act fairly, as long as you're honest, as long as you do the right thing. If this is a card pertaining to a relationship, again, it's a very good omen. It speaks of an equal relationship where people respect each other. Oh, we've got more autumn. Well, there's a lot of autumn going on here. So it feels like there is a lot shifting on the earthly material plane this week. And the Princess of Autumn says, happy news about your career. So again, it's almost like we have this possible love relationship that's continuously overlapped with career or work situation at the same time. It's almost like they're both going on simultaneously, whether that's in the same place or whether that's just happening in your life synchronistically through different people and situations. So it says, happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly and needing a little push to get going. Okay, well, here we had this card saying have patience and don't worry. Plan your next steps, and here it's saying well thought out plans. So it's possible that even from today, when you started planning things, by the time you get to Friday, you've already got quite far with the planning stage and you know what you're doing. Let's have a look at Saturday. Sorry, I have to count the numbers every time. So this should be the 17th of April. I don't want to say the wrong date. Now we have more fire. The Page of Fire. And we had the very first card here was the lady with the lion. And now we have the girl with the tiger. Very interesting. Pages in tarot come for the very beginnings of new situations. The Page of Fire is similar. It was a different element to the Princess of Autumn. The princesses and the pages come for the very stirrings of new things, the very beginnings of new things. They come for fresh new energy coming into an area. The fire, same as the King of Fire here, comes with the elements of fire. Obviously, it comes with what would be spring in this deck. And it relates to your career and your spiritual journey as a whole. With this particular deck, sometimes I like to read what she has written. My cat has come to join me now. She's scratching my chair. She knows I can't tell her off while I do the reading. So the Page of Fire says enthusiastic action, adventurousness, venturing force, beginning a project and acting on a new idea. So it follows on straight from this card that speaks about well thought out plans. So this kind of planning stage may well have brought up some new ideas that we're now ready to manifest. Very interesting. And the card we've got with it, we've got another spring card. So these cards are doubling up with the same element. And we've got the Ace of Spring. And how very interesting. It says it's time to take action. That's what we've just read on this other card here. There was something in here about action taking. If I can find it again, I will read it out again because that's lovely. When things double up in tarot, it makes it even more significant. Acting on a new idea is set for the Page of Fire, and here it says it's time to take action. So something will happen on Saturday where it's time to take action. Aces in tarot are new beginnings and new challenges presented to us. Because we're ready for them. It says be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. And again it says amazing career opportunities. So things for your career are set to take off in a really good direction this week, and also continue in a really good direction, continue to unfold in the best possible way for everyone involved. Very beautiful. Now let's have a look at Sunday, which will be the 18th of April. And now we have strengths. And very interestingly, when we had the first card here, the love card, we've got the lady with the lion. And it always makes me think of the number 8, because in most tarot decks, the lion only shows up in the number 8. And the number 8, the strengths card, is very much a card that speaks about learning to control and use your own inner strengths. The lion represents the more animalistic, wild side of this lady, and she has managed to tame this lion through gentle persistence rather than brute force. So the strengths card is really a testament to the fact that you've started to master your own inner strengths, that you're no longer scared of your own inner power, and therefore you're able to use it. It's also a card that says you have the strengths to do what needs to be done. This is a card that says don't be worried about what you need to do. So maybe some new career opportunities, for example, have opened up for you, and now you're thinking, oh, I hope I'm actually up to it. So this is a really good sign saying you totally are. You've attracted this new opportunity or these new opportunities because you are ready. So let's see the card that came with it. Oh, now we have 4 of Winter. And now we're back to the beginning, because it says set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation and the need for more sleep or a vacation. So we're back to the first card where it says take time to rest. So this really is a time where we need to balance action and rest. So it may well be that on Saturday a lot of action happens, or coming up to Saturday a lot of action happens, and then on Sunday we need to rest. And also, if we look at the cards together, then that may well be saying you may need to preserve your strength through resting in between as you go. So these are the tarot cards for this week. I'm just going to have a sip of my drink. Very, very interesting. Now we're going to make... First, I'll make some space later for the Romance Angel cards. First, we're going to draw our message of hope from the Temple of Balance Oracle cards. Let's have a look and see what is the theme for the week. And most certainly I have been watching the readings that the beautiful Leanne Peters does, that made these amazing cards for many years. And she always has drawn a theme card for the week, and that's quite the reason that I do it, because I liked it so much. It's such a lovely idea. You can have this card that brings the whole week together. Let's have a look and see what is the scene for this week. I'm very, very curious what we will get. Right, so we've got a card. Put the other ones aside. So, oops, somewhere where I still have space to move my hand would be good. Right, let's see what we've got for the theme for this week. We have the Phoenix. Now, you could hear my little in-breath there from the surprise. When I opened the card deck, this card was laying on top from the last time I used it, and I shuffled it back in, and I shuffled for a while, and then I drew a card, and I drew the exact card that I had left laying on top again. This happens to me a lot. I know you didn't see it, but that is genuinely what happened, and it's almost like double confirmation. It's confirmation that that's what's happening from me opening the card deck, and that's the card that's still there from last time. That's basically saying this is still happening, this process. And then drawing it again is the ultimate confirmation, really. This is definitely still going on. So we are in a period of rebirth with the Phoenix that rises from the ashes. It says nothing can keep you down. Rise from the ashes and know in your heart and mind that, I'm going to have to find a little booklet to read the rest for this, actually, what it says for the Phoenix. We will find the Phoenix. Here we go. Now, know in your heart and mind that you can do anything you put your mind to. Rise up, lift past dramas and confusion, and commit to your freedom. You learned a lot from being in the ashes. Maybe you are faced with a choice to stay there or to rise above. Do you spread your wings and break free? The affirmation you may use with that, if you like, is it is my choice to experience the same situations or to break free. So this is a time to definitely move forward and break out of old patterns, and definitely not get stuck back in old dramas, old patterns, old beliefs about yourselves that say you're not good enough or anything like that, that might stop you, because everything is going so well. You've worked so hard to get to where you are. This is not a time to stall. This is a time to keep going for it. But rest in between. Do the actions you need to do, and then rest when you can along the way. And trust that everything is working out perfectly. Very lovely messages. And now we get our message of hope from the Angel Prayer deck by Kyle Gray. Let's see. They've all got Archangel Michael's sword and shield on the back here. Let's see what card we get. Right. So this is our message of hope for this week, and we have count your blessings. I love it. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. This immediately makes me think of this 5 of Autumn card, where some worry might creep back in, that maybe we think things are going well, and then we don't hear anything for a little while, and there doesn't seem to be any movement, and we start doubting it. This is a time to count your blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. Now, I love the this reminder to write down the things that make us feel blessed in life, that remind us all the beautiful things and people and situations we already have in our life, because it makes us more open to receive even more. So this is our message of hope that we've got for this week. Now, I'm going to have to move these cards so that I can do the Romance Angel card. So I hope you've seen enough. I might keep those too, but I think I'll have to move the tarot cards. Otherwise, we're just not going to have enough space. So I'm going to leave here our message for the week, our theme for the week, and our message of hope to remind you. And we're going to get out the romance angel card. So I hope if you're watching, I really hope that the reading is resonating for you. I hope it's making sense. Please do send me a message, leave me a comment, send me some love, show me if you like the reading, or even just say hello. I love to know who's been watching. I love to know if the reading is making sense to you, if the reading is resonating. I love to know what's happening in your life, if you're happy to share. As usual, my readings are uploaded also on my YouTube channel, Indigo Owl. I might not be able to do that anymore tonight, but by tomorrow the reading should also appear there. So let's see. So we're going to have 3 romance angel cards. Oh, Karen says, it is completely resonating for me. I missed the first half though, but we'll catch it on the replay. Thank you so much for tuning in, Karen. I'm really happy to hear it's resonating. And yes, please do go back and listen to the first bit as well. But it's really interesting because nothing happens by accident with readings, and for whatever reason it might have been better for you to listen from the halfway point first and then listen to the first half. Right, so we've got 3 romance angel cards for you to choose from. We've got card number 1 with the rose quartz, card number 2 with the aquamarine, and card number 3 with the marcasite. So as usual, you may choose one or more cards to answer one or more questions, or maybe relating to one or more person or relationship situation. And I'm going to start with card number 1. So if you chose card number 1 with the rose quartz, here is your message. It says trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. It's very interesting because it's the first card and it resonates with the first 2 cards we had for the beginning of the week that were calling on us not to worry and trust that things are developing in the right way. So if this is your message, this message is quite simple. Although to do it may be less simple. Trusting is not always easy, but this is what your guidance is saying. So as much as possible, trust that the situation is working out perfectly and in your favor. Karen says, perfect. I picked 1 and completely answered my question. I'm really, really happy to hear that, Karen. I do find, especially people that tune into my readings every week, the messages come through clearer and clearer. There is something with the resonance through the repeated connection. So really, really happy to hear that it answered your question. For those of you who chose card number 2, with the aquamarine, here's your message. It says soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. This is like a beautiful succession, isn't it? Because when you first make a connection with somebody, often just on an energy level, you have to have this trust in the connection so that you can keep opening up your heart further to this person and wait and see what develops. And then as you get more connected and involved, you get to this stage where you then maybe really want to know, is this my soulmate? So for those of you who chose card number 2, this is your answer. Yes, this is your soulmate. Very beautiful card here. And then for those of you who chose card number 3 with the marcasite, very nice shiny stone here. It's a type of pyrite. This is your message. Finances and career. It says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Very interesting. So this may mean, for example, that you or your partner or the person you're interested in are having to work a lot at the moment, or having financial challenges or career challenges, or there's lots of changes happening at the moment, and that is, for example, might be tying their time up very much, so they don't have much spare time or capacity to focus on their love life at the moment. I'm sure if you chose that card, you know how it might apply to your situation. So, and it's funny, it's come kind of underneath the card that says count your blessings. If this is happening to you, if you are having financial or career challenges, or you're interested in somebody that has a lot going on at the moment, this might be a good time to count your blessings. Very, very interesting reading. I am so happy that some of you have managed to join me live. I know many of you will watch the replay. Please feel free to watch the replay again later in the week as well. Sometimes it can be really helpful to look back at the beginning of the reading and see how it relates to your week, or remind yourself what the guidance is for the rest of the week. I'm very happy to have connected with you today. I hope you have an amazing week ahead. Take very good care of yourself. Do check out my reading also on YouTube if you like, on my channel Indigo Owl. Sometimes things are easier to follow on YouTube, and other times it's easier on Facebook. You're welcome to connect with me on whatever platform works best for you. And I will say namaste and goodbye.